Chosen one, they're fighting over you. Someone just said you're the one. Listen closely, because what is unfolding around your life carries a weight that cannot be ignored. And if you turn away now, you may miss something that was meant to lift you, heal you, and change the direction of your entire journey. There is a quiet movement happening beyond what your eyes can see, where heaven is leaning close and darkness is trying to pull you away, and in the middle of this unseen tension, your name is being spoken with deep purpose. You are not standing here by accident, and your life is not drifting without meaning, because the love of God has marked you in a way that cannot be erased or replaced. Type Amen if you believe. There are moments when everything feels uncertain, when the weight of life presses gently but persistently on your heart, and yet in those very moments, something sacred is happening that you may not fully understand. Jesus is near, not distant, not silent, but close enough to feel every emotion that passes through your soul, and he carries a calm strength that surrounds you, even when your thoughts feel restless and unclear. You have been chosen in a way that is quiet but powerful, not because of what you have done perfectly, but because of who you are in the eyes of God, deeply loved, fully seen, and never forgotten. Like this video and subscribe to this channel if you trust God. If your heart is open right now, take a second to like this video, because this simple act carries a connection, and it allows this moment of peace and truth to reach even deeper into your life. There is a reason it feels like something is pulling you in different directions, as if unseen forces are trying to claim your attention, your focus, and your future. It is because your life holds value beyond what you have been told, and there are spiritual battles that form around people who carry light within them. Jesus knows this about you, and he does not leave you to face it alone, because his presence walks beside you, even in the quiet spaces where no one else can see your struggle. Sometimes it feels like you are standing in the middle of something you cannot explain, where emotions rise without warning, and thoughts come and go like waves that refuse to stay still. Yet in the middle of all this, there is a gentle voice, not loud or forceful, but steady and comforting, reminding you that you belong to something greater than fear or confusion. That voice is filled with love, and it carries the calm assurance of God, who is guiding you, even when the path ahead feels hidden. There are people who may not understand you, and there are moments when you may feel unseen or overlooked, but none of that changes the truth that heaven recognizes you clearly. Your life is not lost in the crowd, and your purpose is not fading into silence, because Jesus holds your story with care, shaping it with patience and deep compassion. You are not forgotten, not overlooked, and not alone, even when it feels that way. Type 1111 if you trust in God. There is something special about the way God works in your life, often in quiet ways that do not demand attention, but slowly build something strong within you. It may not always feel dramatic or obvious, but it is real, and it is steady, like a gentle light that refuses to go out no matter how strong the winds around you may become. Jesus is not rushing your journey, and he is not forcing anything upon you, because his love is patient and it moves with a grace that understands every part of who you are. You may have felt pulled between different choices, different paths, and different voices, and sometimes it becomes difficult to know which direction to follow. Yet there is a peace that comes from God that settles deep within your heart when you are aligned with his presence, and it brings a clarity that does not come from outside opinions or temporary feelings. That peace is your anchor, and it gently reminds you that you are being led, not left behind. Even when life feels uncertain, there is a quiet assurance growing inside you that things are not falling apart, but slowly coming together in a way you cannot yet fully see. Jesus understands the timing of your life, and he knows exactly when to open doors and when to ask you to wait, because every step is part of something greater than the moment you are standing in now. You are being shaped, prepared, and guided with a care that is both gentle and powerful. There is no need to carry the weight of everything on your own shoulders, because God is already holding what feels too heavy for you. His presence is not distant or unreachable, but close and steady, offering you rest in a way that brings comfort without taking away your strength. You are allowed to breathe, to pause, and to trust that you are not walking this path alone. The truth is that your life matters more than you realize, and there are things being set in motion that you cannot yet fully understand. You are not here by chance, and you are not moving without purpose, because Jesus is guiding your steps with a love that never fails and never fades. Even when the path feels unclear, you are still moving forward, still growing, and still being held in a way that cannot be broken. There is a quiet strength inside you that is beginning to rise, not in a loud or overwhelming way, but in a calm and steady presence that reminds you of who you are becoming. You are not the same as you once were, and you are not meant to stay where you have been, because God is leading you into something new, something deeper, and something filled with hope. A newly revealed 7-second brainwave method, backed by neuroscience and once hidden in classified documents, is helping thousands activate their brain's wealth setting. People refer to it as the money magnet sound because of how quickly it appears to attract abundance. Click the link in the description and comments below to awaken the prosperity already within you. In those quiet and often overwhelming moments, it can feel like you are standing between two different directions, one pulling you toward peace and trust, and the other trying to lead you into doubt and confusion. This is not something random or meaningless, because your life has reached a place where what you carry within you is beginning to matter in a deeper and more visible way. You may not always understand why certain situations unfold the way they do, or why certain emotions rise without warning, but there is a purpose even in those moments that feel uncertain or difficult. Jesus is not distant from any part of your journey, and he does not turn away when things become complicated or unclear, because his love remains steady even when your thoughts begin to wander. He sees the full picture of your life, including the parts that feel unfinished, and he is shaping something meaningful through every step you take. There is a quiet truth forming inside your heart that may not have words yet, but it carries a sense of calm that feels different from anything you have known before. It is not loud or forceful, but it is real, and it stays even when everything around you begins to shift or change. That calm presence is not coming from your circumstances, but from God, who is gently drawing you closer to a place of trust that cannot be shaken by temporary struggles or passing fears. Type yes to affirm. There are voices that will try to confuse you, not always in obvious ways, but through small thoughts that slowly begin to take root in your mind, creating doubt where there was once clarity. These voices may come through situations, through people, or even through your own reflections, but they do not carry the peace that comes from God. The voice of Jesus always brings a sense of reassurance, even when it is guiding you through something that requires patience or change, and it never leaves you feeling lost or abandoned. You are not meant to follow every voice that calls your attention, because not every direction is aligned with the path that has been prepared for you. There is a discernment growing inside you, a quiet awareness that helps you recognize what feels right and what does not, and it is something that develops as you continue to stay connected to God's presence. This awareness is not something to ignore, because it is part of the way you are being guided and protected. There are people who may not understand the depth of what you are going through, and there are moments when you may feel like you are walking through something that no one else can fully see or explain. Yet even in those moments, you are not alone, because Jesus is walking beside you, fully aware of every detail and every emotion that moves through your heart. His presence is not something that fades when things become difficult, but something that becomes even more real and comforting. Sometimes it feels like you are being pulled into something new without fully knowing what it is, as if your life is slowly shifting into a direction that feels unfamiliar but strangely right. This feeling is not something to fear, because it is often a sign that God is leading you into a deeper understanding of who you are and what your life is meant to reflect. Growth does not always feel comfortable, but it carries a quiet assurance that you are moving forward, even when the path is not fully clear. You have come through moments that tested your strength in ways you did not expect, and even though it may not always feel like it, those moments have shaped something valuable within you. There is a resilience growing inside your spirit, a strength that does not rely on circumstances, but on the steady presence of God in your life. This strength is not loud or forceful, but it is real, and it continues to grow with every step you take. Type 2020 to claim miracles. There is something powerful about the way God works through the quiet parts of your life, often in ways that are not immediately visible, but slowly build something strong and lasting within you. You may not always see the full result of what is happening, but that does not mean that nothing is taking place, because God's work is often deeper than what can be seen on the surface. He is preparing you, shaping you, and guiding you in ways that will become clear in time. Even when you feel uncertain about where you are going, there is a peace that remains available to you, a steady and gentle reminder that you are not walking without direction. Jesus understands every part of your journey, including the moments when you feel unsure or overwhelmed, and he meets you there with a calm that brings comfort and clarity. You do not have to figure everything out on your own, because you are being led with care and intention. There is a reason your heart has not given up, even in moments when things felt difficult or unclear, and that reason is rooted in the presence of God within you. His love continues to sustain you, even when you feel tired or uncertain, and it carries you forward in ways that you may not always recognize immediately. You are not moving through life alone, and you are not facing your challenges without support, because God is with you in every moment. The truth is that your life holds a purpose that goes beyond what you have seen so far, and there are things still unfolding that will bring clarity and meaning to the path you are on. You are not behind, and you are not missing anything that is meant for you, because everything is happening in a timing that is guided by God. Even when it feels slow or uncertain, there is a steady movement forward that cannot be stopped. There is something within you that is beginning to understand this more deeply, a quiet awareness that your life is not random but guided, not uncertain but held with care. This awareness may not always have words, but it brings a sense of peace that stays with you even when everything else feels unclear. It is a reminder that you are not just existing, but living within a purpose that is being revealed step by step. A 7-second brainwave practice, once reserved for select circles and concealed in classified files, has now been made public, and many describe it as the 30-second miracle. Experts say it awakens a dormant brain center connected to wealth and blessings. Click the link in the comments below before it is taken down from the internet again. Jesus is not asking you to be perfect, and he is not expecting you to have everything figured out, because his love is not based on performance or achievement. He meets you where you are, with a kindness that understands your struggles and a patience that allows you to grow at your own pace. You are accepted, valued, and loved in a way that does not change based on your circumstances. There is a path opening before you, not all at once, but gradually, in a way that allows you to move forward without feeling overwhelmed. You may not see the full picture yet, but you are being guided one step at a time, and that is enough for where you are right now. Trust does not always come easily, but it grows as you continue to walk, and it becomes stronger with each step you take. You are not forgotten, not overlooked, and not left behind, because your life matters deeply to God, and He is involved in every part of your journey. Even when things feel quiet or uncertain, there is a presence with you that does not leave, a steady and comforting assurance that you are being held and guided. This is not something temporary or fragile, but something lasting and real. There is a sense of renewal beginning to form within you, a gentle shift that brings hope even when everything around you feels uncertain. This renewal is not something you have to force or create, because it comes from God, who is always working to bring life, healing, and peace into your heart. You are being restored in ways that may not always be visible, but they are real and meaningful. This awareness does not come with loud signs or overwhelming displays, but with a calm and steady feeling that settles into your heart and stays there without forcing itself upon you. It is the presence of God drawing closer, not in a way that overwhelms you, but in a way that reassures you that you are not walking through life without guidance or purpose. Jesus is near in this moment, not observing from a distance, but walking beside you, understanding every detail of what you feel and every thought that passes through your mind. There is a reason your heart has been more sensitive lately, noticing things that once passed unnoticed, and feeling emotions with a depth that sometimes surprises you. This is not a weakness, and it is not something to push away, because it is part of how you are being shaped into someone who can carry compassion, understanding, and quiet strength. God is working within you in ways that are refining your spirit, gently removing what does not belong and strengthening what does. Type 1212 if you walk by faith. There are also moments when you may feel like stepping back, as if the weight of everything around you becomes too much to hold, and you begin to wonder if it would be easier to simply remain still. Yet even in those moments, there is a quiet pull within you that does not allow you to stay in that place for long, because you are not meant to remain where you once were. Jesus is guiding you forward, even when that movement feels small or uncertain, and every step you take carries a purpose that is part of something greater than you can see right now. You have not come this far by accident, and the journey you have walked has not been without meaning, even in the times when it felt confusing or difficult. Every experience, every emotion, and every moment has contributed to the person you are becoming, someone who carries a depth of understanding that cannot be taught in a simple way. This growth is not always easy, but it is real, and it is leading you toward a place of clarity and strength that will support you in ways you have not yet fully realized. There are people who may not see what is happening within you, and there are situations that may not reflect the progress you are making, but that does not mean that nothing is changing. God often works in ways that are not immediately visible, building something strong beneath the surface, before allowing it to be seen. You are in a season where much is being formed within you, and even if it feels slow or quiet, it is meaningful and necessary. Sometimes it feels like you are being pulled in different directions, as if one part of you is trying to hold on to what is familiar, while another part is gently encouraging you to move forward into something new. This tension can feel uncomfortable, but it is also a sign that you are growing, that you are no longer the same person you once were. Jesus understands this process, and He walks with you through it, offering you peace, even when things feel uncertain. There is a kind of peace that does not depend on everything being perfect or completely understood, but instead comes from knowing that you are not alone. This peace stays with you, even when things feel incomplete, and it gently reminds you that you are being guided, not left to figure everything out on your own. It is a quiet strength that builds over time, and it becomes a foundation that supports you through whatever comes your way. Type 1919 to receive miracles. There is also a deeper understanding beginning to form within you about the way God moves in your life, often in ways that do not demand attention, but quietly shape your path. You may not always recognize it immediately, but there are moments when things align in a way that feels intentional, as if you are being gently directed without force or pressure. This is how God often works, leading you step by step, allowing you to grow and learn while still guiding you toward what is meant for you. You are not expected to have all the answers, and you are not required to understand everything that is happening right now, because your journey is not about control but about trust. Trust does not always come easily, especially when things feel uncertain, but it grows as you continue to move forward, even in small ways. Jesus is patient with you, allowing you to take each step at your own pace while still guiding you towards something meaningful. A rare second morning ritual previously hidden in classified documents is re-emerging, and people are already sharing accounts of swift financial advancement. It takes almost no time, yet it triggers a dormant wealth switch in the brain that most people never use. Click the link in the description and comments now to access it before it vanishes. There is a sense of renewal beginning to take place within you, a gentle restoration that brings hope even when things feel unclear. This renewal is not something you have to force, because it comes from God, who is always working to bring life and peace into your heart. You are being refreshed in ways that may not always be visible, but they are real and lasting. You may have felt overlooked at times, as if your efforts or your presence did not receive the recognition you hoped for, but that does not define your worth or your purpose. God sees you clearly, and He values every part of who you are, even the parts that you may feel unsure about. Jesus does not measure you by what others see, but by the love and truth that He has placed within you. There is something unique about the way your life is unfolding, something that cannot be compared to anyone else's journey because it has been designed specifically for you. You are not meant to follow someone else's path, and you are not meant to become someone else, because your identity is already complete in the love of God. This understanding may take time to fully settle within you, but it is true, and it will continue to guide you as you move forward. Even when things feel uncertain, there is a quiet assurance that remains, a steady reminder that you are not drifting without direction. You are being led, even when you cannot see the full path ahead, and that guidance is constant and reliable. Jesus is with you in every step, offering you comfort and strength as you continue on your journey. There is no need to rush or force anything, because what is meant for you will come in the right time, and what is being prepared within you will unfold naturally. You are not behind, and you are not missing anything that is meant to be part of your life, because everything is happening in a timing that is guided by God. This timing may not always match your expectations, but it is always purposeful and meaningful. You are being shaped into someone who carries both strength and compassion, someone who can move through life with a calm assurance that comes from knowing that you are held and guided. This process is ongoing, and it will continue to develop as you remain open to what God is doing within you. You are not alone in this, and you are not expected to carry it by yourself. There is a quiet confidence beginning to grow within you, not in a loud or overwhelming way, but in a steady and grounded presence that reminds you of who you are. This confidence is not based on external validation, but on the understanding that you are loved and valued by God. It is something that will continue to strengthen as you move forward, supporting you in ways that are both gentle and powerful. This realization does not arrive with pressure or urgency, but with a calm presence that reminds you that you are not alone and that every step you take is being watched over with care. You may have felt moments where everything seemed to slow down, where answers did not come as quickly as you hoped, and where direction felt less clear than before. Yet even in those moments, there was something holding you steady, something that kept you from falling into complete uncertainty, and that something is the presence of God. Jesus does not leave you when things become quiet or when clarity takes time to arrive, because his love is not based on constant movement, but on a steady and unchanging connection. There is a deeper meaning behind the stillness you sometimes experience, because it is often in those moments that God begins to work in ways that are not visible, but deeply important. He is shaping your thoughts, strengthening your spirit, and guiding your heart toward a place of peace that does not depend on external circumstances. This kind of work takes time, and it requires patience, but it builds something lasting within you that cannot be easily shaken. Type 666 if you trust Jesus. You are not meant to carry every burden that comes your way, even though it may sometimes feel like you have to hold everything together on your own. There is a quiet invitation being extended to you, one that encourages you to release what feels too heavy and to trust that God is already holding what you cannot manage by yourself. This is not a sign of weakness, but a step toward a deeper understanding of what it means to be supported by something greater than your own strength. There are moments when you may feel like you are being tested, not in a way that is meant to harm you, but in a way that reveals what is already within you. These moments can feel challenging, especially when they require patience or trust, but they are also opportunities for growth, allowing you to see the strength that has been quietly developing inside you. Jesus walks with you through these times, offering guidance and comfort, even when the outcome is not immediately clear. You may have noticed that certain things no longer hold the same meaning they once did, and that what once felt important has begun to lose its hold on your attention. This is not something to fear, because it is part of the process of becoming who you are meant to be, someone who is aligned with a deeper purpose. God is gently shifting your focus, helping you move away from what no longer serves you and toward what will bring you closer to peace and fulfillment. There is also a sense that something new is beginning to take shape within your life, even if it has not yet fully revealed itself. This new beginning is not something you have to chase or force, because it is unfolding naturally as you continue to move forward with trust. Jesus understands the timing of your journey, and he is guiding you step by step, ensuring that everything comes together in the right way and at the right time. Type 2323 if you agree. What if abundance had always been influenced by a hidden brain signal buried in classified records and never fully disclosed to the public? This frequency is now creating new pathways, attracting opportunities, and reshaping lives faster than expected. Thousands are already using it to draw wealth like never before. Click the link in the description and comments now and activate the money-attracting brainwave today. There is a quiet strength that has been growing within you, one that does not rely on external validation or constant reassurance, but on a steady connection with God. This strength allows you to remain grounded even when things feel uncertain, and it gives you the ability to move forward with confidence even when the path is not fully clear. It is not something that appears suddenly, but something that develops over time, becoming stronger with each experience you go through. You are not defined by your past, and you are not limited by the challenges you have faced, because your life is continually being shaped by the love and guidance of God. Every step you take is part of a larger journey, one that is leading you toward a place of greater understanding and peace. Jesus sees the full picture of your life, including the parts that you may not fully understand, and he is guiding you with care and intention. There is a sense of reassurance that comes from knowing that you are being held, even when everything around you feels uncertain. This reassurance is not based on temporary circumstances, but on the steady presence of God, who remains constant through every change and every challenge. You are not alone in any part of your journey, and you are not expected to face everything without support. You may have felt moments of doubt, where questions and uncertainties begin to rise, making it difficult to see clearly. Yet even in those moments, there is a quiet voice that continues to guide you, reminding you that you are not lost and that you are not without direction. This voice does not push or pressure, but gently leads you back to a place of peace and trust. There is a reason your heart continues to move forward, even when things feel difficult, and that reason is rooted in the presence of God within you. His love sustains you, even when you feel tired or uncertain, and it carries you through moments that might otherwise feel overwhelming. You are not moving through life on your own, because you are supported in ways that go beyond what you can see. There is something unfolding within you that is preparing you for what lies ahead, something that is building quietly but steadily. You may not see the full result of this process yet, but that does not mean that nothing is happening, because God is always working, even in the moments that feel still. This preparation is shaping you into someone who is ready to receive what is coming, someone who is grounded and strong. You are allowed to take your time, to move at a pace that feels right for you, because your journey is not meant to be rushed. Jesus is patient with you, allowing you to grow and learn in a way that feels natural, without pressure or force. This patience is part of His love, giving you the space to become who you are meant to be. There is a quiet confidence forming within you, one that does not need constant reassurance, but is built on a steady understanding of your worth.